Hey everybody, it's November 17th at about 12:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, very windy, like blustery day in Reno. It sucks. I hate winter. Hate coming of winter, but I live in the snow, so oh well. So I kind of realized I've been really frustrated over the past few weeks. I talked about it last time about the whole like disclosing now versus disclosing earlier, and I think I realized what it is. I feel like I worked so hard to liberate myself from one closet just to tiptoe across the hall and jump into another closet, if that makes sense. Um, but yeah, it's like I finally got out of the closet of people like that overwhelming secret that I am transgender and that I'm gonna transition from female to male. And now it's like I'm a male, but I was born female bodied. And so that's a whole other closet, and that's one, I'm still figuring out how to navigate to get out. Um, and yeah, I don't like that because my entire motivation, well, not my entire motivation, but like 90% of my motivation for transitioning was to be able to live a genuine life and to not have to hide who I am and like certain aspects of who I am from everybody else. And, like 10% of it's physical, and yeah, I've appreciated the physical changes, but 90% of it is social, and it's to be able to live that genuine life. And I feel like I haven't been doing that as of late just because I'm back in another closet. And there are few people that I can be 100% genuine around, which is actually, it's still hard for me. I'm a very introverted person in a way that unless you ask the right questions, that information's not coming out. But it's not that I want to hide it. It's just that unless it's prompted out of me, I'm not going to share. But as of right now, it's like I don't even feel like I can use my experiences in a general setting on a day-to-day basis like I do in my head. But I mean, even in class discussions or something, and I have pertinent information that has to do with my transition that is influenced by my transition, I don't feel safe to share it in a way, and that's really frustrating. Um, it's not that I want to be that person that's like totally out and you know I don't really want to have a trans flag, pride flag tattooed across my forehead. Not that I'm not proud, but it's just I want to be able to use my experiences. Everyone is a culmination of all of their past experiences. And for the most part, people are allowed to share that without any like fear of retribution. But I mean, there's always that aspect of fear associated with being trans and being trans in a very binary, gendered society. Um, so that's been really, really frustrating. I had one of those experiences last week when it was like I was in lab and one of the girls comes in that I work with, and she was on her period and just had awful, awful cramps, and she was, like, just be so thankful that you don't have a uterus and you don't have to deal with cramps. And I said, oh, I totally understand, and then I had to catch myself, and I was like, I have a sister. And it's like, no, I should be able to say, yeah, I totally understand. I used to have those and they are absolutely awful. And is there anything I can do to help you? Do you want me to get you tea or a heating pad or anything I can find? But how awkward would that be? It's like you just come into work and then all of a sudden it's like, I'm trans. Yeah, yeah, it's totally frustrating. So figuring out how to navigate this new space it's been frustrating and aggravating, and it's almost like that anxiety with coming out is back. And I thought I had escaped that, but I guess not. There's always going to be that little bit of an anxiety. I have gotten much, much better at coming out to people who have known me from the past. I was chatting with one of my friends who lives in England, who we worked together at camp, and I just basically mid conversation, it was like, a lot has happened in the past couple of years. I'm now living full time as a male, and it was like, okay, I still love you. And it's like, okay, and that was that. It's been much easier coming out that way, but now the other way, and that's really weird because, yeah, it's not a power thing at all, but you just don't want people to, especially other guys, to just look at you as less of a man. 'Cause it's like I am a man, and I don't want people to just totally negate that because I was born female bodied. It's like that's not what makes you a man, and that's not what makes you a woman. Um, so yeah, that's kind of just what I'm dealing with. I wonder if anyone else has ever experienced that. Is that the term trans invisibility? Because I'm not quite sure. Like I'm well educated on this stuff, but I don't know all the terminology. Um, anyways, that's just kind of really what I've been thinking about and trying to figure out how to deal with. I'm still not 100% out to everyone I know, which is really weird, and that's another thing I don't really like. Like I have, it sounds horrible, but I've kind of avoided calling my own Oma because my voice has changed so much, and it's on the phone it'd be like, who is this? I sound like my other two cousins, and that'd just be kind of weird. And I mean, she's kind of in the first stages of Alzheimer's with dementia, so it may not matter, as awful as that sounds, but I want to be able to talk to her, and I think, I don't know. I think just call and just, if it comes out, it comes out. Whatever. It's not like I didn't grow up basically as a little boy. And so she bought me my first tie. My grandma bought me my first tie when I was like 7, 8. I had to go to her funeral with her for one of her friends. She bought me a tie. It was a Taz tie. It was awesome. But yeah, okay. And now I'm just rambling. So I hope everyone's doing well. If anyone was able to participate in Transgender Day of Remembrance, I drove over to Chico to visit Aiden, and it was a wonderful event. A bit of a eye-opener yet again, just because I've experienced no violence, no negative repercussions from transitioning, and I realized just how unique that is, and how thankful I should be because of that. But it was really hard listening to all the names of the people who had been murdered and brutally murdered for being trans, and it was kind of, I realized that, as much as I'd like to just kind of blend into society and just go on living my life, I'm in a position where I can, and I should be obligated, but I feel obligated to try and evoke that change. So, I guess the trans advocacy starts. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. I have one event in February that I'm planning to educate healthcare providers on LGBTQ issues. And we'll see how that goes and where it goes from here. So I hope everyone's well, and I'll talk with you later. Bye.